program, which is a dramatic presentation of the life of Christ from birth to resurrection as found in the Scriptures, is acceptable to both Catholics and Protestants.
As the time for Mary's deliverance was approaching, the Roman Caesar Augustus issued a decree for a census, and since each person was required to report to the place where his family originated, Joseph and Mary made their journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem.
The judges were impressed. Excellent program, extremely well done. The first Gabriel in the religious category is Radio National Release, and it is presented to Catholic Media Productions, Incorporated for Life of Christ. Accepting the award tonight is Byron Warner, producer.
This has come a long way from Jim Walsh handing me a script he wrote 30 years ago with the help of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and saying offhandedly, we need a new kind of show. And, why don't you see what you can do with this? And that's how he talks. Our show is really it's a Methodist minister and a Catholic deacon who's also a lawyer who went to school together at Vanderbilt in Nashville and who both talk sort of very Southern, trying to bring things together and discussing the things that Catholics and Protestants have in common as opposed to what draws them apart. And so Jim gave me this script that he had written when he was getting a master's in theology somewhere on the West Coast. And he gave me no money. It was no money. I love to talk about generous donors. It's driving me crazy. So I finally found a guy who was Catholic who owned a recording studio in Nashville, home of recording studios. And he said, named Jim Rayland, and I want to offer him thanks. He just said, yeah, whatever time you need. And his master engineer, Travis Turk, who goes to the Church of Christ and was made uncomfortable at our banquet and had to leave early because there were too many Catholics there, was our engineer and also played the part of John the Baptist. We had two girls, one of whom lives in Buffalo, with whom I had lunch today, one who played the Virgin Mary and one who played Mary Magdalene, maybe? I can't remember. But because we had no money, I had to do everybody else. It's true. Yeah, I was bouncing around. It's lucky I do this kind of thing mostly for a living, except for producing television. And so I was the narrator, and then I was Jesus. There's a trip. You need to try that sometime. It changes everything. It changes the way you think. And I was Pontius Pilate, which you do with a British accent. I always do. I see no fault in this man. I was the high priest who tore rent his garments, and I was the devil, which is also a trip. And we put it together as an audio documentary, and then we added TV to it, because it was originally a TV show. And right when we were making submissions, I was thinking about Grammys. And I thought, there's a spoken word category in Grammys we could fit this into if I went back to the studio and stripped the audio out and refocused it. So I did that. And we submitted both the entries, television and radio. And the radio won. And here I am. That's like 5 years of my life. So I'm very, very grateful to the Academy and to all the judges and for this wonderful reception and for the hospitality of Buffalo. Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bravo.